yesterday we were hanging until late, and we had people coming in, and it really did feel, especially when we didn't have the labels up, it felt very much like a museum presentation to be able to really represent all aspects of our post-war contemporary period. So everything, as Cody said, from abstract expressionism through to great pop, through to minimalism, and then the 80s and the 90s, and really to the most present, very represented here. And it was we followed up coming out of our May sale, which was obviously very high expectations, and everyone had higher expectations for us, to come out with a sale which in many ways built on those foundation stones. A number of journalists have actually asked me, where are we in the market? Are we in a boom period? Are we ultimately at a height, especially where we now see prices higher than achieved in 2007, 2008? From where we're sitting, we realize, in fact, we're actually at the beginning of something. Many of the consignors this season have taken a very rational point of view in terms of coming to auction. They've preferred auction over private sale. We've done some great private sale business, but auction has been the driving force in the last 2 or 3 months in terms of most of the conversations. And I think there's just the belief that we are now reaching a truly global market with post-war contemporary art in particular, but also 20th century art. We've just seen in the Christie sale as much as in the highlights of Impressionist and Modern. This is very much the same audience that we're approaching. It's a very global audience. We're very reliant now on new economies coming out of, whether it's Asia, coming out of Latin America. We've seen very strong Russian consistently with us, and very strong America. Don't forget America. America have been fantastic winners, and they're starting with knowledge. In the basis of many of our new emerging buyers, they're starting with a lot of spectrum of what they can buy, and they're moving it throughout a sale, and they're bidding on multiple objects. Many of the American collectors have been buying for a long period of time, and they're filling in gaps, and obviously this is a sale where we have just not seen this kind of caliber in one auction. It's very easy for us to sit here and sort of gush about how great we are, as the coaches say. We do them every season, yes. But we gush at a slightly higher level at this point, because we don't see a balloon dog, which basically is the icon of its period. We don't see a Christopher Wood, which basically defined the 90s or the late 80s. We don't see the de Kooning that came out of the retrospective at MoMA. It's one of the great objects. Or Triptyque, which again, you'll never see again. This was a passion on the part of the previous owner. It took 15 years to reassemble this. A bad dealer made the decision to split it. One went to Japan, one went to France, one went to Italy, and ultimately it was the goal of this collector to bring it back together. Bacon was totally heartbroken, furious that someone actually done this to a picture which was so important to him, but also a person who was so important in his life. So not only to be able to bring it together, but to show it for the first time in America in this way is something which is very humbling, actually, for us in terms of our position. So it's been a great pleasure to hang these objects and to find these wonderful connections.